Alright, what's happening everyone? It's the side, and I'm here to give you my thoughts on, I believe, match 38 and 39, or 39 and 40. I'll have to double check that. But it was the match. Well, it was mostly the match between India and Zimbabwe, and a little bit, I guess, Australia and Scotland. So since that's a little bit part, I'll just start with there. Scotland were bundled off for 130, I believe, in pretty much no time. And like Mitchell Stark, he bowled 4.4 overs and took 4 wickets. So that essentially tells you he thought of maybe he bowled the last over or something like that. But it was a no consequence match anyways, because Australia were going in as strong favorites. So Australia's games are over, Scotland's games are over. Scotland's on the way home, winless, I believe winless. No. Yeah, Scotland won a match against UAE, I believe. Right. Okay. However, the other match was and Australia won that match by 7 wickets. By the way, I'm surprised they lost 3 wickets to begin with. Okay. Now, India versus Zimbabwe. First of all, I'm not too sure where this match took place. Maybe it was the MCG, or maybe it was the Sydney Cricket Ground, but it was a big ground. Like in terms of the crowd capacity. And you had decent support for both teams. Obviously, Indian support will pretty much overwhelm anything. Well, maybe if it's India, Australia, maybe Australians will overwhelm a bit like compared to India. Okay. Notably, but this was Brendon Taylor's last match for Zimbabwe at the moment. And I did a bit of research into this. He's 29 years old. He's only 29 years old. And so he's not retiring. He's just leaving Zimbabwe cricket. Okay, I'll get to my opinion of it in a little bit. But Brendon, once again, the motherfucking man, Brendon Taylor, man, he's in a team that's way below him. Like, let's be honest. In terms of talent, he's in a team that's way below him. Because to score 138 against that Indian attack was actually something. And the way, the time in which he actually scored that was also crucial. In fact, that's why I think he should actually bat number 3. He should have batted number 3, but that's not going to happen because he's not going to be in the mix anymore, at least not in the near future, right? But it was a partnership between him and Solomon Mire. No, not Solomon Mire. Sean Williams that actually propelled them to 288, I believe. And to begin with, Zimbabwe had the upper hand, and this Zimbabwe always pretty much has the upper hand. Their opening bowlers actually do pretty well. Tenda Chitara, Tineshi Paniagara, and if I'm pronouncing that name right, Mapuriwa. I think that's his name. Yeah. To an extent, they actually do pretty well. It's the death bowling that actually, the middle overs where they start losing the pressure, and death bowling where they have almost no pressure. That's where they actually start losing it. And this has been the problem for Zimbabwe for quite some time now. As long as I've been seeing them. That and, the whole, plethora of politics and change this and change that. And, we don't like this. Oh, he shared a YouTube video. Okay, ban him for 4 games. None of that bullshit. Okay. Shikhar Dhawan got out, and Virat, I believe, Rohit Sharma also got out, and I think so still. I'm not too sure, but I still think so. Mahmudullah has scored more runs than Shikhar Dhawan in this tournament. If that's the case, hats off to you, Mahmudullah, because fuck Shikhar Dhawan, man. And while we're at it, fuck Virat Kohli too. It's like Shikhar Dhawan, I think, is overrated. Virat Kohli has an attitude problem. That's why. Nothing to do with the actual talent. And yeah, fuck Brendon Taylor too. The motherfucker was not talented. Okay, he just had one philosophy: see the ball and hit it. Okay, the motherfucker was just above a fluke. He was not like world class talent batsman. No. Because it's not a big surprise that most of his big runs came in India. It's not a big surprise that outside this double century, which happened in a very big round, the Chris Gayle double century, the Morocco Oval is very big. Like in terms of playing diameters, the Morocco Oval is very, very big. The other 4 double century came in India. It's not a coincidence. Okay. But then expect a big because India did not have that definitive innings yet, from a batsman in this tournament. So expect that innings to come up sooner or later. Expect that innings to come up. Okay, but after those two, Virat Kohli, I believe Ajinkya Rahane was run out, and Virat Kohli was bowled around his legs by I think it was Sean. No, it wasn't Sean. I think it was Sikandar Raza or Sean Williams. But then Suresh Raina and Microsoft Dhoni just went in and just held the ground and pretty much held fort and guided the team to victory. Suresh Raina picking up a century. Suresh Raina, he's sort of becoming his own right. He's sort of starting to blossom big time right now. I think because maybe this is the stage that he can explode with a 6 or 2 sixes in an over at any time. And these are things their next opponent should be aware of. And I'll start giving a preview notes, starting from this video actually. Because most of the stuff, if you realize, except for the balanced cricket match review, I don't read off a script. This is why I don't have the headphones on. Because if I had the headphones on, if I was reading off the script without the headphones on, you would actually hear the Zoom text, a screen reader, a lot. Okay. Okay. In the end, India won the match with 4 wickets, and I wish India lost this match because, well, first of all, I wish India lost a lot of matches. Then the ego bubble will be burst, and then they'll start acting like humans again. Right. But for Brendon Taylor, that's also one of the reasons. In the farewell game, I wanted him to actually, go out on a very big high. Obviously, he went on a high. He scored a century, and I believe he scored back-to-back centuries. Then again, that's the class of the batsman. Okay. Now, to talk about the situation, Brendan, I've read an article by Firdaus Monda. He's a South African cricket editor, and he covers Zimbabwe as well. He actually put a very good article on Cricinfo, saying, describing the trials and tribulations of Brendon Taylor, and through all the difficult times, he actually stayed whereas a lot of his teammates around him started to leave. Teammates such as well, there's that white boycott. Like all the players, who left due to that white boycott movement. He stayed. Then Graham Creamer, he left cricket for golf, but Brendan Taylor stayed, and their exit and re-entry into ODIs and all that. Brendan Taylor stayed. No, into Tests and all that. Brendan Taylor stayed. He stayed for a very long time. Right. Then Kyle Jarvis. He's playing for the English county sides right now. Taylor stayed. Okay, and all these new coaches and new coaches and new management, all this, and this campaigning for more salary. Taylor stayed, but now Taylor's got a kid. He got a wife and kid. He got more mouths to feed. He got a family to feed, and we all know that Zimbabwe cricket is perhaps financially the most broke thing, perhaps the most broke cricketing board out there at the moment, amongst Test playing nations. So right now, he has to leave. He has to leave because in the end, you gotta understand, it is about the money, because everything in life is that every facility in life right now, even the basic needs, is provided by money. Yeah, and to provide a good education for his kid, to provide a good living for his wife, his wife and his kid, they gotta have more money. And there have been cases where reports have been out there that there have been players who did not see actual salary in years. All they do is a live off match feed, and then just do some odd shit here and there. Go ask Tatinder Taibu; he'll tell you everything. Go ask Tatinder Taibu. He actually played a lot for. He actually played quite a bit of cricket in Bangladesh. So go ask him. What do you call it? Kyle Jarvis. Both of them signed the Callpack deal. Kyle Jarvis. Yeah. What did he say with Brendan Taylor? Yeah, the timing was a bit off because Kyle Jarvis just started. So I expected him to actually stick around for a bit longer, but then again he probably saw the sinking ship, and here's where all comes down. A lot of people, they don't want to leave Zimbabwe, but when the situation is so bad, you can't starve to death. No, man, it doesn't work that way. In the end, you gotta live. You can't starve to death, especially when you got when you got more people under the roof over your head to sustain, who are depending on you to provide that sustenance. You got to make the money, man. Come on. With that being said, I wish Brendan Taylor all the best. I wish him all the best, and congratulations to him going out on a century. And he was very, very talented batsman, very, very talented batsman, and I wish him all the best playing for the English county side. I believe he signed with Nottingham. So if he did, yeah, all the best to him for that. Okay, now this is going to be for me a slow build preview to Bangladesh versus India, because I want Bangladesh to at least put up a winning fight, if not win, put up a winning fight. Okay. Now Bangladesh realized that apart from the top four, and Mango Singh Dhoni, they gotta also be worried about Suresh Raina, and they gotta be worried about if he starts playing a long innings, that anchor he can lay down. They gotta be worried about that as well, because my problem with Indian cricket is mostly to do with the attitude, but in terms of skill level, India has come a long way from becoming being a respected team in about 28, 29, 2010, like late 90s to up until Tendulkar's retirement, to becoming a feared team right now, because India is one of the teams that other teams fear to face, and that is a huge upgrade for India. That is the huge accomplishment for India. So for Bangladesh to actually because I'm thinking how to win, because I'm in my mind I'm living playing fighting to win. Okay, they should they should be very very aware of the dangers that the top six can actually pose, and also not after that the job is not done, because India, see, this is the thing, you remove one good batsman, another good batsman will show up. You remove that good batsman, another good batsman will show up. And some of them each more dangerous than the other. I think the most dangerous one is sitting at number 5 or number 6, that Mahendra Singh Dhoni. So you just compound it, adding more problems. So that being said, my first advice is, if Bangladesh end up batting first, bat like you're gonna get 350. You're probably going to end up with a lot less, but bat with the mindset of getting 350. And after that, the next innings, let's say you pose around 300. Defend like you're defending 240. Not 300, not 240, not even 241. Defend like you're defending 240 runs. Once the 240 runs are crossed, defend like you're defending the next 10 runs. Defend like you're defending the next 5 runs. Okay? Do whatever it takes. Because only with that intensity will Bangladesh actually gain even more respect. Especially out of that bitch ass Virat Kohli, man. Especially out of that bitch ass Virat Kohli. And that's the first piece of advice. And yes, this is also hoping that all players are fit. Okay, now for 350 to happen, motherfucking Tamim Iqbal and Imrul Qais need to fucking fire, both of them, not just one of them, both of them. Okay, Tamim Iqbal is very lucky that there is no replacement for him at the moment. But me actually, you know what? Fuck it. Drop Tamim Iqbal, open the innings with Soumya Sarkar. Play an extra bowler. Open the innings with Soumya Sarkar. Imrul Qais still number 2. Okay. Play Nasir Hussain. Play this way. Play 3 pacers. Play 3 pacers and 2 spinners. Yeah. Because Tamim Iqbal is not performing, you don't need him in the side. You don't need him. Alright, that's about it. I'm looking forward to constant suggestions. This is the Side signing out.